High-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. Master the Markets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Hello traders, and welcome to our live trading workshop today. So for those of you joining us new for today, I am just going to go through in this format, which is basically we look at first live trading potential trades that are setting up. I just took a look before we live stream. There was one on setting up on gold, so I'm going to be taking a look at that. Also, we're going to be taking a look at the topic for today as well, the biggest VSA mistake, right? The volume spread analysis mistake that you can avoid by combining basically probability and precision on your entries. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at that as well. So that's very interesting, which you will see very insightful as well. And then the third thing, what we will also be doing is a Q&A session, and also any upcoming events that are coming up as well. Okay, so this and more in this live trading workshop. Right, traders, those of you joining us new for the first time and do not know me, this is Tun Alpan here, founder of Master the Markets, Illustrious Conference, and the Traders Open Day. So let's go straight dive into analysis of gold. So the first thing, why has gold come up on my radar? The reason is because I've taken a look at the ATR of yesterday. Let me actually expand this a little bit more. Those of you who like candles, maybe I can also expand that as well. Doesn't really matter which one you use, it's just a preference. Some of you like this. I will take a look at firstly the daily, right? So I just take a look at the range, okay, for today. So if you see yesterday's ATR, and I'm reading from here, the average true range, right? It's about $81, okay? So $81 over here, you can see that 80% of that is what we go for, right? And I check it on another one as well. So that's about 64.8. So the high of this one minus this is about 53. So it still hasn't done its range for today. You get that? So that's what we are first doing. So let me also take my calculator out here as well. You see, I think I was mentioning to another client yesterday from US that you know, when we design strategies, we usually will look at a recurring principle that keeps recurring back in the market again and again. That's how you build a strong edge, okay? That's what gives you confidence as well, that it's got to do it, you know? And if you cannot capture that recurring principle, then it's down to your skill, okay? Because you're not, either your direction bias is not right or your timing is not right, which I'll go through a little bit later. So this is minus 4589. I'm just double checking that. That's about 53. Yes. So the range hasn't been done. 80% of this yesterday's range, okay, which is 86 actually that I am seeing right now. 81 was today. 86, isn't it? It's even more. So I've got that 68.8. It's only done 53 so far. So after I've got that, then I know that the range hasn't happened yet in today's bar. Then I know that there's some move left, isn't it? So then I go on to the 4-hour time frame. Okay. So before I do that, I'll also just populate this. I think we got the stats in there, isn't it? So I'll show you guys all that later on in terms of when we go to the topic for today, right? The biggest VSA mistake. Right, so then this. Okay, so let me also, maybe I've got something here as well. Let me close that one there. It's a bit more easier. On the 4-hour, so I'm going to record all of this as well. See, the first thing I do, traders, right, with any analysis, okay, so you got two things that you want to be looking at, because when you're considering where to enter, okay, One thing in your parameters, your objectives of your parameters is first towards a direction bias, whether you're going to go long or short. The second thing is timing, okay? So what I will be forming at the first will be a direction bias, okay? So over here, when I'm taking a look at this, on the daily time frame, you can see over here, that's an uptrend phase one as well. So all these things that you're seeing here, that we have it all quantified, is because of our smart money indicator, okay? Which I'll talk about later when we come to the mistake, the biggest VSA mistake as well, okay? Right. So then on the 4 hour, we got also the uptrend phase one as well. I'll give you all some reference links. I know some of you are messaging saying that to some of these terminologies I don't really understand. I'll give you all some reference links to look at, so don't worry about that. So we got the uptrend phase one as well. So it's quite strong and bullish across the different time frames. I'm going to take a look at the 1 hour here as well. What trend that one is. Highly probably that's an uptrend phase one as well, because once I've got that populated, there you go, that's your phase one. Phase one basically means it's in alignment with the trend, okay? Those of you are asking the question. Now, after that, I look at my 15 minutes, where I will usually look to enter, and I am seeing that that's also a uptrend phase one, okay? So therefore, it is quite clear that on all time frames, it's all aligning to the upside, okay? The next thing that I also look at is what we call the stretch principle. Now, again, this was also, this stretch indicator, what you're seeing, was designed by one of our clients as well. We got a really strong community where the community itself uplifts itself, you know, so it's really good over here what we have produced. You see the start of the day over here starts from here, where this line all starts from. And I can see that, if you see there is 3 lines here, it's definitely taken out the upper stretch line, okay? Now, those of you who don't understand what the stretch is, I'll give you all again some reference links very soon, so bear with me. Range lines, in terms of the range lines, right? So let me show you what the range lines are for today. Let's see if it's taken it out. And yes, it's taken out the previous daily high as well. That's good. Bro to ST ratio looking to the upside. And then finally, the range lines. Right, now the range lines, I just want to take a look here. I think it's easier when you got, this would be for 8 a.m. And then I'll show you the table where we populate all of this, okay? So it will make more sense what we are really doing. And I'll put it into perspective, okay? Even though you might not know the real terminologies, but at least you will get the overall understanding what we are really looking to do here. So between 8, let me see, 8, that was the highest point it went to, that's the lowest point, that's fine. And then now, 12 noon, yeah, so it just came out of that a little bit, didn't it? That's what we got. So we got good volume here as well. My only thing is, okay, I'll come to that in a minute. And then finally, our direction bias, right? So let me show you what I've done here, right? So this is what I've done as I was looking through all the different time frames. And you guys can do something similar as well. Of course, if you all need any help, you can always reach out to us. I'll give you all some reference links to watch first before you reach out to us. Well, you know, if you've seen it before and you want to engage with us, you can always reach out to us at clientservice@masterthemarkets.net, okay? Right, so here on across all the different time frames, you can see, right, it's an uptrend phase one. Uptrend phase one means it's in alignment with the trend like this, right? Yeah, bottom to top move in an uptrend. So all the 4 are pointing towards the upside, not only direction alignment, but trend alignment as well, okay? Then on the stretch principle, it's also signaling towards the upside. Range lines also, it has broken it as well to the upside. And then we got the Bro to ST ratio. I don't want to go through too much of it. I'll give you all a reference link for that. And then you also got the previous daily high and low. You also got that. It's taken out that as well. Okay. So overall, this is very, very strong, isn't it, traders? It's quite obvious that by analyzing all of this, I first got my direction bias, which is to the upside, okay? Right? Now we go on to the second part, timing. when am I exactly going to enter this, right? Is what I'm going to be exploring. So in here, what you can see when I go to timing, let me check that, and I'll bring up also our signal page. So if I see a right level, then I'll put it on the Telegram channel. Those of you who haven't joined, there'll be a link over there. You can join it as well. Okay, you can see the exact order details that is coming up as well. Okay, right. So here, what I'm looking at, the confirmation bar, which I'm going to go through a bit more in detail when we go to the topic. The confirmation bar came around here, big consolidation here that we are seeing. Now, it would be ideal if I can get a top confirmation here, which I'm not sure if I'm going to get that or not. If we do not, this is one area we can get back into for a small target profit potential, okay? Now, if I were to combine both together, let me see the low, right? 4586, isn't it, traders, right? So 4586 plus our range for the day. Let me bring that there. Our range for the day, right? So 4586 plus 68. This is where I want to get to. 4654 is my ideal scenario. Yep, 4654. So I'll put it in green. I'll explain this to you in a minute. Yeah, I think that's fine. 4654. Okay. So we got that. Let me put the coordinates properly. 4654. Okay. So that's what we got there. Okay. So we got our entry, we got our stop, and then we got a target potential. Now, another target potential that I can take a look at is basically $7.96 at the moment, isn't it? If it does take that out, let me see, 4641, I'm looking at 4642, 4642.5. Let me do that, okay? Right, 4642.5 is what I'm seeing. And then from here, even if I did 1 ATR, let's say 4642.5 plus 750. I'll explain all this in a minute. Those of you who have been following us for quite a bit, you will understand what we're doing. 46, yeah, it should be 4641.85, isn't it? 4641.85 plus $7.50 will do. 4649. So 4649 is where my first target will be. Okay. So 4649. Right. Okay, good. So I will place this on the Telegram channel. Now, you do remember that those of you who've been following us for quite a bit, right? In our past live streams, I'll show you all where that will be. In our past live streams, we always put this pending orders or sometimes we enter live, but we always wait. There's a little bit of a patience element here where we have to wait for the market to come to us, okay? So we got to be very, very clear on that, where we exactly want to enter, and only then it's validated the trade, okay? So there's a lot of understanding behind that, and that is why the timing is very important. A lot of traders I've seen, they may get the direction bias right, but the timing is a bit off, and that's when they can get stopped out and all that, okay? So it's not that you can get the timing perfect, but you always do your best to increase your probabilities, okay? That's the whole way that we should be thinking of. Right, so in terms of this, at the moment, so we got this like last week's live stream, I just remembered, because we had put all these pending orders and waiting for the market to come to us, we actually saved our profits, preserved our capital. We didn't lose unnecessarily when the market actually, when the trade actually went the other way. We didn't get triggered in, okay? And also do remember the objective also of these live streams, or not to just like keep trading and just giving you the fish, right? It's also so that you can learn how to fish as well, okay? You understand the principles and then you do it, okay? That's what some of our clients definitely do. That's where the real power is, isn't it? When you're totally independent. Okay, with that said, let me place this trade on the Telegram channel on the other screen. I'll put a pending order. To be very honest with you traders, I would love this top to confirm according to our framework, and then after that come back up again for us to get a trade. But if it does, on the other hand, continue after this consolidation, we can catch it, or else I will ideally want to wait for it to come back. So, but we will do this one here. You can reduce the risk as well if some of you have been following us feel that it's not the best setup. But I will do this on the Telegram page over here. So we'll click on buy, and so I'll put a pending order 4642.5. The spread on Trade Nation is very tight. It's only about 0.3. So let me revisit this. 4641 0.3, 4642.5. I think that's a bit better. That's fine. So I'll leave it as it is, 4642.5. The stop will be here, 4642.17. So let me do that here as well, 4642.17. Okay. Oops, I think I got that wrong a bit. It's over here, isn't it? What's the low? The low is 4624, 4624.17, 4624.17. Okay, so I got that one. And then our target is going to be at 4649 to begin. Okay, so let me just do that as well. So 4624.17. And then the target is going to be at 4649. Okay, so that's what we got. I've put that through the Telegram channel, so you will get that very shortly. Okay, so that should have come true. Right, so we got all our orders in place. So we'll wait and see how that plays out to be, and we'll trade manage it accordingly. I'll keep an eye. All right. So I will actually, to be easy, I will bring it onto the other screen here, so I can keep an eye on that, okay? Okay, good. So I've got that on that screen. Now, in terms of, yes, the reference links, and as I was doing that, if you got any questions as well, you can type that into the chat box, and then we will definitely revisit all of that very shortly. The other thing I did want to mention is, yes, some of you are asking some questions about the terminologies and all of this. So what we can do is I'll give you the reference links, then we will swiftly move to the topic for today, okay? Right, so the first thing is to help you understand what we've really created, and also when I go through the topic and for you to understand what we were just doing on the goal just now, I would say the first place to start would be 7steps to ctp.com, okay? So if you go to them, and if you then put in your details here, your name, email, and number if you want to get live trading updates, and then click on I'm not a robot and click on the green button, then that will then bring you to the fast learner page, okay, where all the videos will be released to you. So, and this is very, very powerful, traders, because why we say this, keep on saying this, is that these videos, what they do is that the first thinking of this entire smart money framework that happened, which you can use with any methodology, including the VSA principles, happened in back in the 1960s and 70s, okay? My mentor's mentor actually references a lot on Richard Wyckoff, who was the initiation of the whole VSA principle, and then which was then modernized by Tom Williams, okay? Right, and that's how we then partnered with Trade Guider, where Gavin Holmes is now heading it, because he succeeded then Tom Williams, okay? Right, so you can see that what the videos do is that, this framework that you're seeing over here, on even gold over here, that all these tops and bottoms that we got over here that we have indicated with the arrows and all of that. Again, you know, all this was coded by our clients. You can see everything over here, the framework that we got, the formulas that we got, all that started from a problem, a recurring problem that happens with traders. And when you watch the video, you will resonate with that because that's the usual thing, right? The biggest problem that people have is they don't know how much move is left. This is the biggest problem, and that's why you don't know whether to stick on with the trade or should you exit. I mean, a life scenario is happening here, isn't it? Should I stay in this trade if you entered here, you know, or should I exit now? You see, you're not sure, and the reason is because of this problem here, okay? Right. Now, after you tackle that, then we go through how to solve it by quantifying the tops and bottoms. And then we go through the three stats that the framework gives. And then finally, how to apply it in your strategy. Okay. So that's why these 7 videos are very powerful. So definitely watch through it. And some of you who want to revisit it, go and revisit it in the new year. It's the best time. And also, you know, a lot of people got really re-inspired from last year, especially after our live trading room performance made about 54.57 as well. All based on end of day strategies that we do, because most of us, you know, most of our clients are business owners or, you know, like, or 9 to 5 workers. So you don't have much time in the day. But we got a lot of intraday strategies as well, which is what I'm showing you here. And we got a new team, which will highly probably will hit the intraday floor as well very soon. Right. Then after that, you know, this one you don't need, that's for the beginners. If you guys want to check that, that'll be traderstarterpack.com. Now, those of you who have watched all of this, right, all the 7 videos on 7stepsofctp.com, what I would suggest is that if you're sitting on the fence, you know, you want to get both the indicators, but you're still not sure yet, you know, both the VSA, you know, all the volume indicators over here, plus the SMI that you got here. If you want to get both of them, the best place to go would be SMI and VSA page. Okay, so that's where you need to go. Those of you who have already got the VSA indicator already, or do not want the VSA indicator because you got it from somewhere else, you can always use the discount code and you can just get our smart money framework to put onto your VSA indicators. Okay. Right, now that moves on to me onto this one here, the YouTube channel. Those of you who've been asking about questions about, you know, where can I get the other reference links? How can I check all your past live streams and everything? You can actually check it here at our channel, youtube.com/master the markets. And then what you do is, traders, a small thing that you need to do after you subscribe, right? You click on the drop down box arrow over here and you click on the all bell icon. The reason why you do that is so that every time when we go live, because some of our clients say that, hey Thiru, you know, we want to catch you live, right? And see all the trades that you're doing so that we can understand it, the application of it. But we're not getting notifications. So what you do is by clicking on the all bell icon, right? Then what happens is you get the notification to send to your phone. Then you can watch it at the time or you can watch it later as well, okay? So it's totally up to you. You can just save it into watch later and you can watch it later. Now, all the past live streams are also here on our homepage. You can see it. Or if you want to go through more of them, then you can come under here, okay? Under live stream here, you can see we are going live at the moment. And all the other ones that we've done, all the interviews, all different invites. This was one that I got invited to IG Index. This was the second time. Ninja Trader, we've been invited about 11, 12 times as well. You can check that on the playlist. So there's a lot of content here that you can definitely look at. But I would say the way to go through this material is start off with 7 steps first. Then you come on to here. Then you can watch under the must watch section, check the stretch principle videos also. So that will help you also with your intraday stuff as well. Okay. So right now, after all of that, then you can then go on to our playlist, the live streams, and then you can see how we have applied this in real time. You know, we are very transparent, even the losses, the wins, everything you can see. Okay, there's no hiding. And because that's what trading is, right? I mean, it's got losses, it's got wins, but overall with your probabilities, you should be on the upside. You can also see our results where we went through also here on our past live stream last year, where we got 54.57% on all the end of day strategies. You can look at it thoroughly over here. We show everything transparently since 2012. We've been recording all of this. Some of our clients, I mean, most of our clients stick with us for over 10 years, right? they will also say, you know what, you're the only guys who are really fully transparent, you know. You can't really see that with any other company. Now, okay, so that's on Master the Market channel, so you know where that is. The other one then is the Trade Guider channel as well. So youtube.com/Trade Guider, do the same thing after you subscribe, after you hit the all bell icon. Then you can also go through, some of you want to revisit also or go through some of the VSA principles, you can go through in here on their channel. Also, again, when you go to the live section here, you can see all the different webinars and trades that we've taken, me and Gavin together. Okay, so you can see all of that there as well. Right, a quick shout out also to Trade Nation also, I do want to say that, who are sponsoring us, who sponsored us for the ETM Summit last year, and also for our Telegram channel as well. So I've seen that their spreads are really, really tight. You can take a look at it. There'll be a link over there as well on Trade Nation. And if you want to open a broker account, please do so. And you can also contact them if you want to ask any questions. Right. Now, with all that said, I'll take a quick look at gold. You see, still in the consolidation. Let's see if it does come out of it. My thing now will be, let's go through the topic for today. Okay, that's what we will now swiftly move through. Right, now the topic for today is what it says over here. Biggest VSA mistake, trading without probability and precision. Okay, so that's what we are really looking at over here. Now over here, so let's take a look at this, right? So one of the biggest things I've seen with traders is that they come and tell us that, Thiru, and team, we're getting inconsistent performance. Okay, how do I get towards consistent performance? Okay, and at least understanding what I'm really doing, right? And I'm trading with conviction. The first thing is, a lot of you would have heard about this, right? Firstly, trading, you have to think in terms of probabilities. Okay, trading is about probabilities. Any investment principle also is about probabilities, right? You're not going to get everything right, but as long as you get a good probability of your trades winning, and if they win much more bigger than your losses, then you get towards net profitability. Is it not, traders, right? So first thing is, trading is based on probabilities. You got to think in terms of probabilities. But here is the dilemma here. Okay, the dilemma is that everybody says trading is based on probabilities, but nobody shows you any probability stats. Nobody. Right? Now, the first way to tackle this, right? The first way to tackle this, how can you get even your probability stats? And this is what we talk about in the 7 steps to CTP, right? Over here is the main challenge, and then quantifying this. The first step, traders, that you have to do in terms of understanding how to get your probabilities, you got to design a framework, right? This is the same thing what I told also the paid students in the Society of Technical Analysis when I got invited last year to do to deliver their paid diploma course, okay, for all the students over there. So the first step you got to do is you got to design a framework. And what do you mean by framework, Thiru? Is that you have to quantify what a top and a bottom is. This was the work that was done back in the 1970s and 80s by my mentor's mentor, right? And once you've quantified, okay, now here's the beauty of it. Once you've quantified what your top and bottom is, what is a top, what is a bottom, and there's no right or wrong, but whatever quantification you use, once you've quantified that, you can then formulate this on any time frame, right? This yellow arrow here, which is the top, right? And then over here, the blue arrow here, which is the bottom, okay? So once you got that, right, all that tells you is that this bottom arrow, okay, got confirmed when the confirmation bar came over here. Okay, that's all this one is telling you over here, right? That's when the bottom got confirmed. Over here, the top got confirmed by this bar over here. Okay, that's all it's telling you. It's when the formulas got fulfilled. Now, once you got that, now here's where the beauty happens. Okay, so once you quantify what your top and the bottom is, now here is where all the stats then can be derived from there, and then you can move towards probability on any time frame. Because you see, once I've got that, what a top and a bottom is, I can convert this into a line diagram, right? I can connect the arrows together, you see, right? And once I connect that, now it becomes a bit more clearer. So if I have to draw that here, okay, and then it's springed up. Right from here, okay, most of you then will say, hey, you know what, that makes a bit more sense. Oh, that's an uptrend, there's a phase one. But of course, to make it even more quantified, so there's no subjectivity, that's why we coded all the that's about 6 trend variations we found. We coded all of that into this trend box, right? And that's why when I flick through all the different time frames, you can tell me whether it's an uptrend phase one, uptrend phase two, or downtrend, everything, right? It would just tell you everything. That's the whole premise of this, okay? So that's what we have over there as well. So that's on the line diagram and the 6 trend variations. So that's the first thing, the first benefit of the framework. Once you quantify what the top and the bottom is, then it will give you all the trends and phases on any time frame. So this is on the daily. If I then move on to the 4 hour or the 1 hour or the 15-minute, on everywhere, it tells me what the trend and the phase is. You see, I can just flick this and then it will just tell me, okay? So it doesn't, it's not just stuck to one time frame, okay? So that's the whole basis of that. So let me just reload that one here. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, I'll do that one there, okay? Okay, good. So that can load up. So now you got that idea over there, okay? So the first thing is trading is based on probabilities. So to get your probabilities, design your framework. That's the first thing. To get the framework, quantify what your top and bottom is, okay? After you have done that, traders, from there, now you can get your probability stats. Now, there's 3 stats that we really look at, okay? I don't have time to go through all of them, but in reference, there's OE, MAE, and time too. There's more that you can derive, but the important thing is quantifying the tops and bottoms to get your framework. From there, you can derive all these stats. Now, the OE basically is an institutional term. It's called open equity or open profit, okay? Now, if that tells you, what does that mainly tell you? That mainly tells you when you enter a trade, how much move is left, okay? And you see, our mentor's mentor, taught about it and also putting together Richard Wyckoff's work as well, is that, most of us are swing traders. Even if you don't agree with that or, you don't accept that, you're trading part of a swing, even if you're unconscious of it, right? You're trading part of a swing. But the thing is, in the beginning, when I first started trading and everything, this was 20 years ago, I didn't know when the swing was beginning or the swing ended, right? When you don't know the start and the end of a swing, then how are you going to answer this question about how much move is left? And how are you going to get any probability stats? You cannot, right? So that's the whole premise of defining the framework first and then getting your probability stats. So once you got that, and then over here, then we will explain further in the video when you go through 7 steps to ctp.com. Then after that, you then get your how much move is left. So you see over here, you see all these distances that we have put over here, 2.1 ATR, 0.8 ATR. So that's measuring the distance for each swing. Okay, how much is traveled from the start point to the end point? Point of entry to maximum point reached. That's open equity, right? So once I've got all of that and I collect it over 15 years. So you see over here, this is the beauty of programming it with the help of our clients. Asad, who came to us about 5, 7, I think 8 years already now. He saw us and then he really got inspired by what we were doing. And then he said, you know what, he volunteered to just code this all on the trading view, right? That's the kind of clients we are really having over here. So this is collecting the data since 2010 all the way to now, right? 2026. That's about 16 years worth of data, isn't it not? So from there, it crunches it into this table and I select OE, right? So over here, then it's telling me, you know what? In terms of move left, okay, right? If you want to get to 1 ATR level, right, then that is about 60% chance if I just choose phase ones only. But if I choose a 0.5, those of you who want to just take small moves or scalping, you can do 0.25, 85, 90% of the time you will get there, right? 0.5 will get there 72% of the time, okay? Now, how you design your setup, if you want to get more longer distance runners, you can take a look at even the 30%, 20% number, right? About 3 ATR over here, okay? So those are the things that you can start to look at, okay? And then you design a different strategy. Now, remember that these are just stats, right? It just manages your expectations, but from there, you can then design different strategies, and that is called strategy construction, okay? That's a big topic altogether. Strategy construction itself has got 5 components. A lot of traders I've seen have got no clue about that, and that's why they're also not able to get consistent performance, okay? And that's what we teach really at go deeper into in Traders Basecamp package, all right? So now saying all of this, that's your first stats, right? That will help you trade in terms of probabilities, because you see, the issue is when you're trading just without these probabilities, right? So if I just hide this, okay, so then it becomes no man's island, right? Everybody is just guessing. If I show this to 10,000 people, some will say this is an uptrend, some will say this is actually in a sideways market. So just people are just, you just won't get clear what's going on, right? So there's no like clarity, there's no precision, okay? So, and another thing is, if you started seeing the volume spikes over here and you start thinking, okay, yeah, that's a professional buying potential bottom coming, let me just buy into it blindly. The problem with that is also what we've seen with VSA clients coming to us, and that's why Trade Guider and Master the Markets teamed up, is that after this happens, okay, after you bought in, let's say, and then it goes down a bit more, okay, comes back up, then it consolidates here. Then the fear starts to kick in, isn't it? If you don't know all of this in real time, fear starts to kick in, like, oh, is it going to go up further? Is it going to come down? Is it going to hit my stop? So you don't have, because you don't have any probabilities there. You don't know how much move is left. But if I were to tell you that when you combine your VSA, you combine this framework onto your methodology, and you're able to see the stats chart, right? And tell yourself, you know what? That's about 40% chance it will get there to my target, right? If you choose 1.75 ATR. Now you see you're trading on probabilities, you're trading with conviction, right? Then you know that not every trade is going to get there. So you're happy, you accept the losses as well, because you're waiting for the big runner to overwrite your losses. If you're looking at constructing a strategy to capture big winners, you see. On the other hand, if you want a scalping strategy, you choose much more the higher probability ones, and usually they are the small runners. Okay, so that's the whole premise here. And not only this, not only these stats you can use towards your target, which already most of you are saying over here that, oh wow, this is fantastic, this is really good. I've never seen anything like this, right? The other things is that you can also program in, which you have programmed already, is the MAE stats. Okay, the MAE stats, let me just move this here, okay, so you can see clearly. So you see the MAE stats, which you can see over here, right? That's for to place your stop loss, so that you know where to place your stop loss in a strategic place that you don't get stopped out 98% of the time. Now that is very powerful. This is what gives us the conviction, right? To display our results very transparently. We don't care about the wins or losses. The next thing is about time to stats. How long does it take to get to your target? And the other one we also coded is the time of the cycles. How long does each cycle on average take? So to manage your expectations too, right? So you can explore all of that. I know that's quite a little bit here, but I guess most of you are understanding now that the first thing is trade on probabilities. Okay, this will give a bit more precision, okay, to your trading. When you combine that with any methodology, not only VSA, but most of the people that we have seen, because we saw that the volume when added in, it really increases our probabilities on even on this table as well, right? That's why we partnered up together with Trade Guider. The other thing also, traders, is that as you have seen in our title today as well, another thing that people always struggle with is also the next thing, which is, so they don't have probabilities. That's first thing, right? I've shown you how we have solved it here. The second thing is imprecise entries, right? They're not sure where to enter. They don't have a precise entry. The last thing you want is you enter around here and then things starts to turn around against you. So the way to solve it is, again, it comes back to the framework. Where does the swing start? Where's the beginning of the swing? And that is for us where the confirmation bar is coming here, right? The start of the swing. over here, right? From there, then the probability stats are then calculated. So your entry can now be a bit more precise in the sense that we usually, if we want to trade according to the framework for that strategy purpose, then we enter on the close of the confirmation bar. The close of the confirmation bar, that's where we enter it. Okay? So now the entry gets very precise. Now, if you do not want to enter on the confirmation bar, then like what I did just now with gold as well, you can see over here, right? You can see over here, what we also can do is analyze the setup and put a timing, a pending order, right, for us to then enter. You see, again, in this example here, you have seen, because of my pending order, I didn't get stuck into the move. And you see, look, it's gone the other way. And I was telling you guys, ideally, what I really want is for this top to be confirmed. And then after that, then for it to come back to the upside with a blue dot. And that's when we will start to consider taking that trade. Okay. And I know that it's contradictory because usually we say, you know what, there's a big volume spike over here, strength on weakness. But then you might be thinking, oh my God, why would you buy into this? Of course, we're not buying straight, but we're looking to see if the market is going to give us some clues to buy it later on. Okay, that's what we will be keeping an eye on it. Okay, that's why precise entries I've shown you in real time as well, where you want to enter. On this case, the confirmation bar came here. Okay, those of you entered that, you'd have got out already on 1 ATR, because 1 ATR, that was about $7, wasn't it? You'd have easily got the $7 and got out. If you are following an OE perspective, that's one target for your strategy. But those of you who wanted to enter from this point onwards, if it did a bull run and continuation move, that's why we did the pending order here. This is how we get our entries to be precise, traders, not guesswork. And the biggest part about this is what gives us the conviction is the framework. I know exactly where I'm at on any time frame, and I'm able to overlay it and see it when I'm correlating everything together. That's the power when you have got the framework and then all the different stats to help you get your probabilities and also your precise entries as well. Okay, so now in summary, what I do want to mention at the moment is what have you learned so far, right? The biggest VSA mistake, one, I think not only for VSA, isn't it? I think for anything, even if you're trading a Fibonacci, stochastic, RSI, nobody knows the probabilities. On basically, the main thing is how much move is left. So what we covered today is first, have a framework. To get the framework, quantify your tops and bottoms. Okay, then you can then get it all into a trend box on any time frame. Second, from the framework, you will get your tree stats, and mainly then from the tree stats, you'll be trading on probabilities. Okay, a few ones that you should always know: how much move is left upon point of entry, which we call as the open equity. Okay, so, and the other stats you can get from there as well, which I just mentioned briefly. And then also, after you got a probability, then you also then think about timing and your precise entries. Okay, so this will come under timing. Okay, so that's the three main things. Definitely do revisit this live stream so you'll understand. And you'll also see also, just like what I'm showing you in real time, as I've said, it's not about us, rushing into a trade and just taking it for the sake of it. I know some of the people who have been viewing, just once in a while, they say, you know what, how come you guys don't take a trade? We want to trade. But as I said, our objective is to teach you how to fish, okay? Not to just hand you the fish. So unless the trade sets up, we do not take the trade. That's how professionals are, right? You wait for your trade setup, okay? And it's good that we didn't take it. If we did rush into it, and that's what some people do without really clearly understanding what part of the swing, what part of the framework they are in, you would have been caught out in this move, and highly probably you would have been stopped out by now, okay? We haven't even been entered into this trade. So because now this is invalid now, because it didn't take out that, it's confirmed it's stopped, I'll wait for another entry. So I'll remove this trade from the Telegram and I'll confirm that, okay? So that will be cancelled at the moment. So I'll wait for this. I'll see if there's another trade coming up. Then we will post it on the Telegram later on. Those of you who understand this, we've been following us for quite some time, our clients, I know some of you are taking it in the mornings and afternoons. Great job on you guys. You guys should be doing very, very well now. Good. I think with that said, Q&A, I think the main things what I'm getting, what are the things I'm getting? Let's see. Let me just quickly scan through any things that are coming up at the moment. Let's see. I think the main things I am reading through here is that, oh, so I just clicked on that wrongly. Let me see. The main things I'm getting through, I'm just reading through the messages here, even on the Zoom that is coming up, is that, yes, haven't seen anything like this. I want to understand more about it. What is this? Someone is asking, what is this MAE stuff and time? As I said, the best place to look at all of this, MAE basically means maximum adverse excursion, traders, okay? Rather than me saying that, I would say check out 7stepstoctp.com. That'd be the first thing. The second thing also is, once you've put in all your details over there, click on the, sorry, let me just screenshot. Once you have gone to 7stepstoctp.com, once you've put all your details in, you click on the green button over here, then you get the videos. Now over here to answer your question on the MAE, you can go through video number 4. So that will be over there. It will be much more detailed. It will make more sense as well. Also, it's been done on systematic way as well. Okay. There's another one on our Telegram channel. Another message that by Mustafa. Stop loss is large compared to profit. Yes, that's a usual thing that we usually get, Mustafa, that saying that, you know what, the reward to risk is not even 1-to-1. Sometimes we say that, we get that. Now, you must understand that the reason why we put the stop loss here is to give it enough roomway to move, okay? But this is what we call the expected reward to risk ratio. What is really you should be aware of is the actual reward to risk ratio, okay? On your account statements, what is your actual profit? What's your actual loss? I've seen a lot of traders, just to make their expected reward to risk ratio really look good, they put their stop loss very tight. And then what happens is that it enters you, stops you out, and then it goes back up. Because they don't understand the MAE part, right? That's the volatility part. How much room do you have to give it to move? So that's why I would highly recommend you guys to look at video number 4, okay? As you also watch through all the 7 steps videos. But the first thing, take it in a systematic manner first, okay? So hopefully that answers also your question over there, Mustafa, right? How do you apply all of this is another question. How do you apply all of this into a strategy? That's what video 6 and 7 will tell you, okay? So go through all of that. And then if there's still any questions, you can always do a one-to-one. There's some buttons over here once you get 7 steps. Or you can also email us at client service at Master the Markets. Those of you who are saying, you know what, we've been following you guys for quite some time. We really like it. Some of us, you guys got the VSA. I've got the VSA, but I want to get the SMI on top. That really made sense on the probability and precision. Some of you are saying. What I would say is go onto this page here. Look at both the indicators over here in play. If you have the VSA, as I said, there's a discount code over there. You can use that, and then you can get that onto your screens. Okay, you can analyze it, look through it, and then not only you get the indicator, there's so much more you get that with this. You get all of these items there, so you can take a look at it at your own free time. Now, also another thing I must mention, the smart money indicator, this doesn't come on TradingView. It also comes on NinjaTrader and MT4 and as well. We're also going to get it onto MT5 very soon. The other thing, the YouTube channel, youtube.com/master the markets, you can go there and take a look as well. After you click the subscribe button, click on the all bell icon. Also, the other thing, traders, is that the must watch, you can also take a look at the stretch principle videos over here as well. Okay, so you can take a look at your own free time. Live streams also, you can take a look from before. You can go through that. I've shown you all that. Trade Guider channel, do the same thing, youtube.com/Trade Guider. After you click subscribe, you can click the all bell icon. Quick shout out to Trade Nation. Thanks to them. We've got the Telegram channel and also for sponsoring our ATM Summit as well. I think with all that said, what I will do, traders, I will keep an eye on this gold trade over here. At the moment, see if we can get another buying opportunity as the volume strength is there. and is there strength in that weakness is what we will see, and we'll be able to see that very clearly also with the smart money framework, what we got over here. I think with that said, I think we have covered most of it over here, traders. Upcoming events and all of that, we will keep you posted on what's coming. But to keep you on track, some of you want to keep following us on our live streams. What I would say is every Wednesday we go live on our channel, and then we then also post all those videos on the Trade Guider channel as well on a Thursday. So Wednesday and Thursday is the things that you got to take note of. Okay, other than that, I might be doing a few, I'm getting a few invites already to do some conferences in other countries. So I'll keep you all posted on that, on where I'll be going. Okay, and also our ETM Summit, most of you already have signed up for it. If you want to find out more, you can always email us at clientservice@masterthemarkets.net. I think with that said, traders, as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care and bye for now.